Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, Bug here, and I drove past this on the last episode and I thought, that'll be fun. So, let's see if it will be fun or not. Come on, reel me in, Scotty, reel me in. Hey, handbrake was on. Well, I'm just an idiot. I have said this before. Yeah, Mum. Oh, even the winch is starting to struggle here. Oh, not too far, not too far. Out there? I mean, that looks good to me. Right, let's cut that. Goody gumdrops. There we go. I am going to be popping wheelies all the way to wherever the hell this wants to go. Let's put that up and find out where it wants to go. It wants to go to... Okay. Start a garage. I'll take it. I mean, it's already loaded, so I'm obviously... Wait, what? Why don't you unstrap yourself? Since when was that a thing? Good job I noticed. 1% damage? Come on! Alright. Yeah. Lifts around a little bit. Alright, whatever. It doesn't seem to want to be wheeling, so I'm going to call that a win. I think it's going to handle it like an absolute champ. Makes me feel like I'm driving a Kira box van now. So, I am recording this back to back with the previous episode, so I haven't had a chance to read any comments yet on that one, because it hasn't even been posted yet. In fact, I haven't even edited it yet. So, yeah, I'm going to carry on with my same old thing. No autopilot for a while, because, you know, we need to get that driver level up to 100. We've got 48 levels to go. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. And what I'm thinking is, seeing as I've got a little bit of money here now, whoa, horsey, calm yourself down. I think I might buy the race vehicles on this account for this Friday's race night, just purely to use as the for the race, and then never to be used again. Because it will help with the driver levels, and it will get racing levels up in case we ever want to buy a race car or go-kart or something, I don't know, whatever. Because this tow truck only series only really goes until we've maxed it out, because once we've got the rotator, there's not really much to look forward to at that point. So I know it's a long way in the future, but when we get to that point, I would like to know what you guys would like to see. At that point, we'll have a fair bit of money, I imagine, and, well, unless we spend it all on the rotator, of course, in which case we'll be skint. But we'll have a fairly good levels of everything, so, I don't know. What do you guys want? Do you want me to carry on just tow trucking it around, or is that going to be a bit boring at that point? Should we move on to something else, like maybe... I don't know, do taxis as well, or... I don't know, you decide. Just... Oh crap, I've missed my turning again. Whoa, this thing is very unstable. Okay, make them anti-roll bars earn their money. Whew. There we go. So yeah, like I said, it's a long way into the future anyway, so it doesn't really matter right now, but... if you guys have got an idea in your mind what you'd like to see after we've unlocked everything, then yeah, let us know. And I'm sure if there's enough demand for it, we can make it happen. I don't really want to see it going in the same direction as the Season 3 though. It will be a bit of a direct conflict with my main channel, of course. I would much prefer to have something completely different going on over it. But either way, another roleplay series would be nice. Just with a different type of truck. Now, what I did think about doing was not starting again essentially, but not starting again exactly, but starting again kind of. But starting with like cargo only. So not allowed to do tow jobs, not allowed to do taxi jobs, none of that. Just we have to buy a pickup truck, and then we have to get to a certain point before we can upgrade the pickup truck to a small lorry, like the Kira flatbed or the Kira box truck or whatever. Then we've got to get to a certain point again before we can upgrade that to a normal truck, and then again to another point before we can upgrade that to a semi, and yeah, something like that. But that's just one idea I had. That's what this series was actually going to be originally. It was going to be a cargo only series where I'm only allowed to drive. In fact, I was going to start off with either the Hannah or the Ranchy or Dabo, something like that, and I had to stick in that one vehicle until I'd got to a certain point, and then could upgrade from there. But yeah, that would be fun. I've seen somebody else. Oh, whoa, dude, calm down on the corners. I wasn't paying attention. I don't pay enough attention when I'm talking. That's my problem. I saw somebody else. I can't remember whose channel it was, but somebody in the comments mentioned that they'd like to see a similar kind of thing to what I just mentioned, where you're only allowed to do pallets only, nothing else. I mean, that would get boring if it was just pallets only, but something. Oh, really want to take that now. Where are we? Where are we? Okay, I am definitely coming back for that. That is our next job. As long as nobody else takes it. Oh, we can wheelie. I want to do that again. Awesome. Right. Yeah, I'm coming back for that because we already know that we can carry it. So that's awesome. So yeah, let us know what you think. And there is a hello, there's a bin bag there. There is another theory as well, or another idea that's been floating around in my head since I've been talking about it. Is have another playthrough run concurrently to this one. So I could do day on, day off. So one day of the tow series, and then one day of the pickup truck series, or whatever. If you'd like to see something like that, now that is something that I can start immediately, because I do get a little bit tired of only doing vehicle recoveries. This is why I keep trying to change it up and throw in a different episode of something else in the mix. But unfortunately, you guys only seem to really want to watch MotorTown, so them videos don't really perform too well. On the main channel, people just watch anything. We've got such a vast mix of viewers on there that anything that's good, they'll watch it. But over here, it seems to be MotorTown only. Nothing else seems to get good views. So it's weird how the same channel, essentially, from the same person running it, but can perform so differently. I don't understand it, but yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, let me know. Tell me in the comments, like right now. Like, I'll wait. Come on, you doing it? Come on, scroll down. Come on, keep typing. Have you typed yet? You told me? Okay. You better not be lying to me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm watching you. Anyway, sorry, I'm way over the top on caffeine today. Yeah, so yeah, that would be fun. I would enjoy that. And then it will break the channel up a bit as well, and it will give us a bit more variety of other things to be doing and getting on with. But if you do want that, let me know what kind of rules you would like set as well, because if I make up all the rules, it's not as fun. If you make up the rules, it gives me something to go, oh, ouch, that's going to be harsh. And then, yeah, I can blame you when it all goes wrong instead of me. Anyway, I'm going to have some tea. Caffeine-free tea, completely decaf. So, don't worry, I won't get any more hyperactive throughout the rest of the video. Probably. I don't know, maybe. I did have a Dr. Pepper a little while ago, so maybe. Loads of sugar, loads of caffeine. Just what the doctor ordered. I've cut down my sugar intake as well a little bit for when I have teas now. So yeah, hopefully I can go back to completely sugar-free at some point in the near future again. I was before, and don't really feel any different, but less things putting inside your body is always better, right? So if you can still enjoy tea without sugar, why would you want to carry on drinking it with sugar? Is my theory behind that one. I am so surprised this thing is actually, other than the fact it's rocking around like a good one, it's actually sticking to the road really quite well. I'm impressed. Very impressed. And also I've been doing a few practice recordings while I've been out and about, ready for when I'm on holiday, doing the old vlog style videos instead of gaming. So I'm getting a bit of practice on with that one. Hopefully that turns out to be well. Hopefully that turns out to be good. But no idea yet. It's not MotorTown content, so it might not get good views, but whatever. I suppose we'll soon see. Oh dear, oh dear. Careful, careful. Oh, this bit always catches me out. Oh, careful. Don't want to damage it anymore. 2% is enough. Oh, wobbly, wobbly. Might even do a bit of inside, you know. Let's go in. I can see it in my mirrors. Tell you what, the bed's rocking around, but the cab's actually staying fairly stable. Feels a lot nicer in here, look. Look at that bed rocking around in the mirrors there. Whoosh, whoosh. Yeah. Just like real life. The bed locks into place with these little, like, metal blocks, like, kind of like box section steel, and it locks in, but it's not perfect. Like, there's a fairly big gap around the box section from the bit that goes inside it, so it's got a bit of movement all around it, and it can twist and contort like the way it is in the game here, so that's quite realistic. Obviously it can't go any further than its set limits, but it can rock around about as much as it is rocking around in the game, which is actually surprisingly good for realism. I was honestly not expecting that. I was expecting it to be like kind of locked into place quite unrealistically, but the level of detail in this game is astounding sometimes. Like, when you think it's a low poly game, you don't expect silly little details like that to be in it, but the fact that it is out of this world, really. I've played a lot of games, like proper top-notch graphically games, that don't even have that kind of whoa, 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 that, yeah, don't even have that in them. So I'm very impressed. MotorTown is one of those games that every time you play it, there's something new that springs out at you that you go, huh, never noticed that before. And today, it was this. Oh, better start indicating. I haven't indicated yet, have I? All this journey, been talking too much. I've just been speaking to Savage Oz, who plays a lot of Drive Beyond Horizons, and I was taking tips from him on my Drive Beyond Horizons for the main channel, and I've just been talking to him, and he said that he's gonna download MotorTown soon, so he might even join us on, you know, race night and a few of these little jobs. That'll be fun. Nice chap. Any of you watching this who like Drive Beyond Horizons as well, head over and check him out. I will drop his link in the description, just in case. Right, now we get to test our final drive on the long ridge with a decently sized and weighted vehicle loaded to the back as well. It doesn't feel like it's struggling in the slightest, so I probably could knock that gear ratio down just one notch, back to the 2.73 I think it was. Because yeah, there we go, we're at the 75 now, we're at the speed limit. Let's see what it does for the temperature. If the temperature does not go over half, once it goes back down, if it's on its way, I think it's on its way back down. If it stays down, then I won't even bother changing it. No, it's not going down, but it's not going up either, so I think I'm in that sweet spot now where it's kind of like going to maintain its temperature. However, if I've got a damaged radiator at this point, that would be cooked by now, so I'm going to probably change the final drive, just for safety purposes. I will knock it to the 273. It will give me a much broader range of gears as well. And I could even put that 5-speed manual back in, because that actually worked pretty well. I don't know how first gear would handle with the 2.73 in it though. I mean, in theory it should be fine. Alright, slow it down. Start indicating. Go. 2.4 miles to go. 2.3 miles to go, and I think we're dropping this off at a body shop. Yeah, at the garage, aren't we? So we can jump straight into the garage and change that final drive, ready for round 2 with our Kira flatbed. Ooh, careful, careful. I tell you what, it's deceiving when you're behind the vehicle in the chase camera. It really makes you think that you're swaying around all over the road, when in actual fact you're really not. It's just the bed swaying around. But the cab, completely fine. I was constantly correcting it left and right when I was in chase cam, but I'm not needing to inside, so I was probably making things worse for myself. I need some tea because my throat's starting to get a bit dry. I'll go through so much more tea now that I'm a YouTuber. Oh, that feels so weird to say still. I can't believe I'm officially classed as a YouTuber now, not just some idiot with a YouTube channel. Which I still class myself as, but meh, whatever. Sure, I'll get used to it one day. I'm sure I'll get used to the money when that starts rolling in, all the big bucks. Can't wait till I'm up to the point of these, you know, the ones that drive McLarens and Ferraris and that. I'll take one of them, yeah, go on. Although I'm not going to grab a Bentley. I'm not going to grab a Ferrari, I'll grab a Bentley. It's not all about the speed. But I would like something that's really luxurious, like massage seats and stuff. So, I'll take a Continental GT, please. Oh, living in a dream world here. Well, you never know though. Stranger things have happened. At the end of the day, I didn't ever think I was going to go over 1,000 subs, so the fact that I've already got to this point just absolutely amazed me. Here we go. Nearly ready to drop this off. Oh wait, no. Wrong town. Oh no! That little drop just gave me 2% more damage. Dick. This thing drives so nicely, it really does. Even with a big old Kira on the back. We should do Kira races. That would be so much fun. There we go. Right, let's get you back. Meanwhile, get you unstrapped. Go. Oh, wrong way. Do that every single time. God, I'd learned by now. Right, how much are we worth? Nice, 30,000. Decent. Right, let's get parts, power, final drive, 273, install. Done. Right, I'm happy with that now. And I'm going to go for 200% brakes. I'm not sure I need them, but I'm going to get them anyway. Right, we are good to go. Now, I think there is one other thing I want to do before I go and grab that Kira. And I'm going to quickly do that. I'm going to do it off camera for a reason. I'll see you in a minute. Right, here we go. Let's... we got that bloody tree in the way. Now, it's meant to be roleplay, so we can't really go knocking trees down, can we? But what we can do is park here, jump out. Nope, not the button I was aiming for. There we go. So, I mean, we don't really need a cone over this side, but we can put one there. And one about here. In fact, two there, because we don't want any NPCs doing anything stupid like trying to drive around one, do we? Now, let's get that back. Maybe ook. We'll go about as dead center as we can get it. About there. That looks good to me. Don't mind the neons. They're meant to be a strap to the bed, but apparently they had other plans. I'll fix that later. Grab the winch controller. Now, in theory, this should... Oh, one of these tyres is flat. That will not be a problem, actually, will it? So, let's just start pulling and see what happens. Yeah, no, that'll be fine. Slowly does it. Jesus, could this winch be any slower? Go over there a little bit. Now, if I put the handbrake on, that should skid me around a bit. No, it doesn't want to do that. No worries. Might have to just take a second stab at this. I don't know. No? Good turning circle. I like it. Right. How are we doing here? Alright, let's go out a smidge. That should do it. Now we can straighten up a bit. Perfect. Awesome. Got the cable. I could have probably gone in a little bit more than that, but I'm not going to. Now. Oh, no, no, no. The neons have stopped it. Right. Small problem. Right. Looks like I've got to remove the neons. And that one. Put them on the bed like that. And like that. And then... bed number 7, there we go. Now that needs to be rotated. This is such a pain. All because I was doing it in a hurry. Bring it all the way to the back. There we go. And then to the right. No, to the left. Right up close. About there. Annoyingly, I'd managed to get that completely perfect. However, it was attached to the wrong part of the bloody truck. So, back to gold, back to engine on. There we go. 1 done. Right. Now number 8. What was it? 335, 103. 335, 103, 95. All the way back. 335. About there. And 103, I believe it was, wasn't it? 109, close. And then I can't remember what that was, but it needs to be rotated anyway. 90 degrees. Right, save that, go back to that. 95. 95, done. Change the colour, change the light mode, and we're good to go. Right, now, give it a little pull. Oh yeah, handbrake. That, cut that. And I should probably strap that up now. It'll be fine now that it hasn't got any neons playing up. Right, that can be doing its thing while I just grab the cones. And that one. Perfect. Why is my siren turned itself off? What's that all about? Right, I have no idea where this thing's going, so let's find out. Bus dealership. Good stuff. Right. Manual drive. And I think I'm going to go inside again, because it doesn't rock around as much. Although, this isn't nearly as bad as the box truck was. Still doing it a bit, but not as much. Oh, not good news, Brad. Is it Brad? Bad? Is it Brad or B-Rad? I know it's B-Rad, but express our condolences, shall we? We've all been there. Although, I've only actually been fired once from one job. And that was like my first job after leaving school. And to be fair, it was kind of my fault. Ish. So, I worked at McDonald's when I first left school. Not for very long, and I'll explain why. So, part of the deal of working at McDonald's is at lunch, you get free food. So, they told me, you know, you can have a free meal at lunchtime. Okay, cool, sweet. What they meant was you can have a free meal, like extra value meal. So, a Big Mac meal, or a cheeseburger meal, or something like that. But they didn't specify that. Now, to me, I was a kid, and I had a metabolism of a racehorse. I could eat and eat and eat, and I would still be hungry, and I'd never put any weight on. I looked like an absolute drug addict, I really did, and people didn't actually mind telling me that either. So on my first week there, I think I had something like 3 or 4 Big Macs in the first day, couple of drinks, you know, Cokes or milkshakes or whatever. Second day, I probably had like 2 Big Mac meals or something. Like, I can't remember the exact details. This was a long time ago. I'm nearly 40 now, and this was when I was 16, 17 years old. So, needless to say, I ate a lot of food, and At the end of the first week, they, in fact, no, was it? No, I think I got away with that for 2 weeks actually. At the end of the second week, I think it was, they called me into the office to tell me that they've seen me stealing food. I said, "You on about? I haven't stolen anything. I'm not a thief. In fact, I don't think I've ever stolen anything in my life. Like, let alone food from the place I'm working at. Like, who would do that? I mean, well, plenty of people would do that, but I don't. So, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, well, we've had reports that you've been stealing food." I said, "No, I have not stolen anything. So I don't know what you're on about." Anyway, so that conversation's over, and clock in for my next shift, which is probably the following week. And the manager's watching me at lunchtime, and so I'm grabbing my food and whatever I grab. I think I grabbed like 3 Big Macs or whatever and a drink. And never been a massive fan of McDonald's chips. That's why I just get extra burgers and skip the chips. So I grab my burgers anyway, and I head to the break room, and he sits down next to me and he said, "You looked me in the eye and told me that you're not stealing food, and I've just watched you do it with my own eyes." I was like, what are you on about? You told me I could have free food at lunch. I'm taking the free food. He's like, "I said you could have a free meal." I was like, "Yeah, it's a meal. A few burgers, you know? What's wrong with that?" He's like, "No, like 1 burger, 1 chips, 1 drink." I was like, "Nah, you didn't say that." He's like, "Yeah, I did say that." "No, you didn't." He's like, "Well, the interview was on camera, so we can definitely play that back up." Go on then. And yep, he did. Eventually, it took him a couple of days to find the recording, I think. Anyway, he did. He'd come back with it. And he's like, "See, I told you." I was like, "You said a free meal. You did not specify an extra value meal." Like, sorry, but there was some confusion there. I do not feel like I am at fault for this. You should have been more specific. And yeah, I got fired for insubordination, apparently. Not doing as I'm told and arguing back with management. I said, "Fine, whatever. Shitty job anyway. I'm going home, greasy skin. I'm starting to get spotty. Like, nah, don't want this job anyway. It sucks." And also, your manager's a complete bellend, so you can stick your job up your ass. And I did. And then I went and worked in a flower shop. I became a florist. And I tell you what, I absolutely loved that job. Other than picking out roses, Valentine's Day was an absolute bitch. But yeah, I ended up with so many holes in my hands. But they're like, "Oh, you should wear these stab-proof gloves." I was wearing the stab-proof gloves. They're not stab-proof. They're like them kitchen ones. They're like cut-proof a little bit, but they're not stab-proof. Like, have you ever actually done this job? Like, come on. So yeah, that was it, really. That was my life. And then I spent like the next 6 months as a florist while I was doing my mechanics course in college. And I actually enjoyed my life for a little while then. And then I got a job as a mechanic before I'd finished my course. And I was doing that for a bit. Then I decided being a mechanic absolutely sucks. The pay is shite. You spend all day hurting yourself for people that don't appreciate what you're doing anyway. And everybody wants it cheaper than what is actually the price. So you spend all day arguing with customers about the price of it as well. So there was just no fun in that. And then that's when I got into driving, because I wanted to be out on my own. I was like, I don't really want to be with customers. Customers do my head in. Like, there's always that opinionated son of a sausage that just thinks they know better than you in every job. You get it in every job. I mean, you even get it on YouTube. There's always people that want to argue with you and troll you in the comments section and stuff. I mean, they're easier to ignore when they're just on the other end of a screen, because you can just click delete, bye-bye. But, I mean, luckily, I ain't had too much of that. It's been quite a pleasant experience. People always said, like, "Oh no, I could never be a YouTuber. Oh, you just get trolls and spam and stuff like that, people being mean to you and stuff." I mean, I've got fairly thick skin anyway, I can ignore most shit. But I've been quite lucky. I've barely had any of it, so thank you, I guess. Everyone's just been really pleasant and polite. Maybe it's the type of content that I'm creating just doesn't really invite trolls very much. But yeah, I haven't had any complaints yet. So far, this has actually been the best job of my life. Currently, it's not the best paying job of my life, of course. When I was a lorry driver, I was earning quadruple what I'm earning now. But the channel is still young, so it is getting more and more every month, so eventually we'll get there. And I've owned businesses that have brought in stupid amounts of money in comparison to what this is. But the more you earn, the more you waste anyway. So, hello, beep beep. So yeah, to be honest, I don't mind. I will take the lower income because it means I don't spend as much. Don't care. I'm fine with that. My bills are covered, that's all that really matters. Let's just change lanes here. I don't really like that flashing orange. I really should remember to turn things off. Well, let's check the neons out now. Yeah, they look good. Although, them bed ones don't really do much, do they? They're too high up. Maybe I need to bring them down to the painted bit. Get them a bit lower to the floor. Might be able to actually see them then. Could do with another one on the back as well. Side ones work. Oh no! Crap! Ah, 17% damage. You absolute dick. Why do I do this? Why do I look around and end up crashing all the time? I am such a dickhead. Ah, unbelievable. Well, there you have it. My life in a nutshell. I don't even know why I started talking about any of that, but let's do some drifting. Big success. Big success. Loads of damage. Loads more damage. Why not? Now I'm stuck. I'm not. Am I stuck? Who cares? Let me just get out of here, please. I'm doing it for the driver level more than the money anyway, so... Meh. I don't care anymore. I just want to get this delivered. All in all, though, it has been fun. This little thing. I'm going to miss this when we move up to the Brutus, I think. I might come back and carry on using it. Well, I suppose, depending on what we're picking up, because we're not always going to be picking up trucks and trailers and stuff, are we? We'll be picking up things like this. So, it'll be whatever's convenient, whatever's close to a spawn point. So yeah, it will stay in the fleet, and hopefully carry on getting some love. As long as we've got a reason to use it, I'll use it. I think I would like to probably lower the suspension and stiffen it up a little bit, because it's all well and good having it set up for off-road, but we never really go off-road that much. And I think the limitation is more on the end of the grip than it is from the ride height, so it might be worth just slamming it. It's 40 grand to slam it, and I'll keep hold of the suspension anyway. The Brutus will need slamming when we get it anyway, so we will end up spending that money on the suspension, because the Brutus does not need to be the ride height that it is. It's fully capable of doing everything on the map with -10 lowered suspension, so yes, it doesn't handle the best with the -10, but it handles fine. It's not like it's a race vehicle, so it doesn't need to be perfect. Right, let's get you unloaded, young sir, and we can spend some monies. So on that note, let's face it this way. Right, back you go. Why are you not? Come on. Other way? There we go. Ah, that one's the puncher. Boing. Off you go. Bye. Oh no. No. Stop. Go that way. It was rolling too fast to cap. There we go. 39% body damage. Well, we still made a decent amount. Right, let's get the bed up and go and treat this to some suspension. don't know whether it needs stiffer springs or not. Probably not, if I'm honest. Right, what stiffness have we got on there? 200 and 300. So if I go 300 on the front and 400 on the back, it should... in theory, still handle exactly the same. Now let's go for some -10s there. That looks so much nicer like that. There we go. Alright, let's take it for a rip. Why are the neons not showing up? Is it because it's morning? Alright, let's take it for a little rip around the corners just to make sure it still handles fine. It should be a little bit drift happy with this suspension setup, which I'm more than happy with, because you can always correct oversteer a lot easier than understeer. Let's swing it in, give it a scandy flick. Yeah, it wants to be straight. Yeah, that's cool. I can handle that. Hey, Kenneth. Your car's smoking, buddy. Sideways. Boom. Another little slide around here. Candy flick. Whee! Oh, yes. Oh, beautiful. Oh, no, don't change gear. Damn it. Stupid thing. Now that is a nice truck. So let's give it a repair and go and get some fuel. Go, 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 go. Quickly before Kenneth catches us. I don't know why that matters. But it does, apparently. And in here. Oh, beautiful slide. Grab your fuel. Superb. Well, there is my slammed... Oops. Fill up. Oh, get off the screen, you dumbass. You're in my way. I wanted a screenshot of this. There we go. You're quite done. That looks good like that. Might have to move that bar. Put it up to the top. Or onto the roof, maybe. Maybe even in the bumper. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Right, let's go all the way up. Slap it on the roof. A bit more. About there. Right, how about that? A bit higher. Yeah, that looks good. I'm happy with that. You happy with that? LOL, just kidding. My choice, my truck. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Right. Anyway, on that bombshell, I think it's time to end. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And join me tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.